blame that on me.
We're back. You're the one who walked by the damn thing and then it went out.
I didn't touch it.
It moved. The whole fucking thing moved.
Well, I'm a large man.
I didn't.
You saying I was leaving aftershocks in the ground?
I'm saying you could have gone a little.
I didn't touch it.
You did. The whole fucking thing moved and then it went out.
I did not.
I just grabbed it because it moved.
You might have moved it. I didn't touch it. I promise you. Oh, my God. I did not run into it.
No, you may have bumped the table.
Dude, I would have known if I bumped the table.
I'm telling you, the whole fucking thing shook. It didn't do it on its own.
You might have kicked it.
I didn't move. I
promise you I didn't run into it.
Damn it, we're back, America. This...
Maybe I did run into it.
I didn't even drop the cigarette.
Damn, this is 501. I wanted to talk about more moments.
This is 500 continued.
That's true.
Because 500, you can do that. By the way, this is the 500 episode part 2. Okay. There shouldn't have, never mind. It's a happy night. We're going to be happy.
That's right.
We're going to be happy.
No need to argue.
We're talking about our glorious run to the presidency, our co-presidency. We're going to break barriers and all that shit. And we're talking about moments. And that Patriots moment, that Sunday when I came in and pleaded with Robert Kraft to fire that son of a bitch on the spot. He destroyed 2 quarterbacks, one just literally in front of America's eyes. Destroyed them. And I blew it. I lost it. I remember watching the replay of that going, oh my God, you look insane. I've never watched any of our episodes and thought that.
Dude.
You look fucking insane. You're so angry right now.
You know, a couple of my favorite moments have actually been with Pete on the show.
Oh, Pete's always a good time.
Remember that?
Pete's one of our favorites.
Remember the episode?
There you go, Pete. You're one of our favorites. You are.
Without a doubt.
You are. It's always entertaining.
I remember that time me and Pete were arguing about woke names.
Oh, good Lord.
That was a great
That was
a great segment.
That was hysterical.
That was a great segment. We were talking about the Syracuse Orange men versus the Syracuse Orange.
Pete went off.
Oh, shit, that was funny.
It was funny. No, there have been some.
Yeah, but by the end of it, he was like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess it does make more
sense."
No,
that was the whole point.
Yeah.
What he was saying did make sense, but he was right. But so people was like, "Oh, you can see why you'd say that."
Well, because I was like, look, whether it's woke or not, is it better that it's Syracuse Orange? And he was like,
I like the orange one.
He was like, yeah, it is better.
I don't think it is. I like the orange one better.
Okay, but
the orange just sounds like it's a color.
It is, and that's all it is when you say men too.
It was a fruit though. A little fruit. He was a cute little guy. He had the hands and the white gloves, and it was fun. And they had the mascot at the games, and he was a big puffy orange.
No,
dude.
so like
a basketball
when the women's basketball team come out, and then the Syracuse Orange men, it's weird.
The Lady Orange.
The orange, exactly.
They don't call them the Lady Orange; just call them the Orange.
Well, now everybody can be just
like they had
orange.
In Tennessee when Pat Summer was there. They had the Vols and they had the Lady Vols. That was kind of cool.
But that made no sense.
Well, they were ladies.
They're all Vols.
I just thought it was cool they called them the Lady Vols. That was neat.
Right, but it's still the same. It's still the same.
I know, but they got
Vols. Vols is not masculine
babes.
or feminine.
They can play. They're good.
Vols is not masculine or feminine. Orange men is masculine. So it makes more sense for everybody to just be the Syracuse Orange. It's more inclusive.
That Tennessee dynasty was filthy. They had a run just like UConn. They were filthy.
Not as good as the UConn run, was it?
No, UConn inevitably overtook them because Pat Summitt got sick and died. Mm-hmm. If Pat Summitt didn't die, Tennessee would still be nasty.
It's a shame that they fell.
Terrible. And Pat Summitt was an amazing coach. Really was. Anyway, but that's another moment. Him and Pete, and then
that's some good Joel moments.
We had some funny Joel. When Joel sat on this show and tried to say that Jerry West was better than Larry Bird, and that might have been the second most mad I was. I'm like, how can you even call yourself a Sixers fan? You ever heard of Dr. fucking J? He's better than Jerry West too, by the way. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, Dr. J's in my top 10, and everybody thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, really? You don't influence Michael Jordan? Dr. fucking J. You know who brought 2 leagues together? Dr. fucking J. Dr. J won an MVP in both leagues, won titles in both leagues, changed the game. Everybody plays above the rim because of Dr. J. He's the guy. The doctor with a house call.
The cuff dunk.
The cuff
dunk.
When he was on Cooper. Oh Lord.
It's just so smooth.
50 years later, that is still frightening to look at.
So smooth.
You're like, God damn. And Cooper was a hell of an athlete. Whoosh, whoosh. Cooper was a 6'8" leaper too. And he's like, get the fuck out of my way. It's like, oh my God. Magic was in the background going, oh shit, as it was happening. Like, oh my God. Oh. And yet, this Philadelphia 76ers fan, Wilt Chamberlain would be another one. He started in Philly. Jerry West is your favorite player? What the fuck? How can you? What if you can't even call yourself a real Sixers fans would light you up for that? Just with those, and then there's Allen Iverson. I mean, I could go on. Philly's had some serious fucking dogs. They really have. They all-time greats. They really have. Allen Iverson is one of the greatest little men. I put him number 2 behind Isaiah Thomas from Detroit. That's where I put him. Kobe Bryant will tell you about Allen Iverson. Okay, he's like, I was afraid to guard him. He was so fucking quick.
Dude, did you see the clip? There's a clip of Brian Windhorst basically kind of saying Allen Iverson wasn't that good.
Oh, my God. Good God. Let me tell you why Allen Iverson is better than Steph Curry. Allen Iverson went up against Hall of Fame fucking big men that would throw your shit into next week and did what he did. Steph Curry never saw anything like that.
You think AI is better than Steph?
Yes, I do. I think if you put
But I thought you had Steph at like 11.
As a one-on-one player, overall, Steph has had a better career. He has.
Yeah.
He's had a better career. That's why I put him ahead of him. Do I think he's a better one-on-one player? Fuck no. No.
Well,
Allen Iverson would go up.
Windhorst was saying that like AI just dribbled around and shot 40% from the field. He was like, that wouldn't fly in today's game.
He'd shoot better in today's game because they don't play fucking defense. And Steph Curry, of all people, fucking admitted it.
Dude, it was kind of fucked up. I don't really love fat jokes because I'm large myself. But
you're husky.
I was watching this video, and it was a podcast. I can't remember whose podcast it was, but Jason Williams was on it. White Chocolate.
Yes.
And they played the clip.
No one couldn't shoot for shit, supposedly.
They played the clip of Windhorst talking bad about Iverson, and it came back and they said, asked Jason Williams, they were like, what do you think about what he just said? And he goes, when I watch that video, I just look at his neck. And he goes, and I don't know why anybody with a neck like that would say anything about somebody else. But, and I was just like, God damn.
Wow.
He went right for the jugular, literally.
He went for the throat.
He went for the double chin jugular.
He didn't even do the double dog dare. He went the triple double dog dare.
He basically just said, you're fat. Don't talk about NBA players. God damn.
He might as well say, the only thing you and basketball have in common is you're both round. I mean, that's the only thing he could have said that would have been worse.
I mean, look, God damn. But I mean, I guess that just shows, like, it kind of pissed him off. It sounds like.
Because
he,
ball
I'm
players.
Sure he thinks AI is an all-time great.
But ball players are always going to have a better, because they played against the fucking guy.
Yeah.
So look, he's not wrong. If you didn't play against him, how the fuck can you say what he was? He won league MVP, okay, and he had nothing.
How tall was he?
6'1". He was actually shorter than Steph. Steph's 6'3".
And he wasn't even as thick as Steph.
No.
Not to say Steph is very
He
thick.
could also throw a football. See, he was an All-American quarterback. He got as many scholarships for football as he did for basketball.
Well, we know he was one of the best athletes ever.
Maybe out of the state of Virginia. Argue him and Grant Hill. Both came out of this state.
Michael Vick.
Michael Vick. But he wasn't born here, was he?
I think so.
Was he born here?
Yeah. I mean, he's from Newport News. From
Okay, then he is born here.
less than 2 hours away. I'm pretty sure.
Well, at least he grew up here, which counts.
And then he went to Virginia Tech.
Yeah, they were serious. They were a problem when he was there.
Dude, when he would take off.
I still haven't seen a quarterback like that. Patrick Mahomes has got nothing on Michael Vick as a runner. Not even fucking close. He's more accurate passer, but in terms of an athlete, fuck no. Michael Vick. John Elway's another one. People go watch tapes of John Elway, fucking 84, 85, doing shit that fucking Mahomes.
He was born in Newport News.
Yeah, he's there. Okay.
Michael Vick was 6 feet tall.
Dude, he was filthy.
Yo, he could air that shit out.
He had a very strong arm.
He had a whip. He didn't even.
Lefty,
I mean, he just
lefty.
popped lefty. Yeah.
Lefty.
Yeah, that thing was pretty.
Dude, he was filthy.
And he fucked those dogs up. That was.
Yeah, that was awful. As a dog lover, I've had 5 dogs in my life.
I wonder if he really recovered, because I heard him talk about it afterwards, and it actually seemed like he kind of like he grew up thinking that was like normal fucking behavior.
Yeah.
And then after he got in trouble for the shit, it seemed like he learned a lot and was like, and then he like did work with.
He does it now still. He runs that. He does some kind of thing now with pets to take care of them.
Which is kind of, I mean, it's
cool.
It's pretty cool. Like, I know it's fucked up what he did.
You are what you are. If that's what he saw his whole life, what does he know?
Right.
And he doesn't think there's anything wrong with it because he saw adults doing it. People forget this shit. Like part of
Well,
your
the thing
influence is where you come from.
Also, the thing is, like, you might know it's wrong, but you don't think it's wrong the way we look on and go.
No.
Like, because I didn't grow up seeing that.
No.
So when I hear about it, I'm like, holy shit, people do that? That's sick.
Yeah.
But again, if that's a normal thing
Where
in
he's
your
from,
life,
you don't know any better.
you're gonna know it's wrong because obviously you gotta hide to do it. It's illegal, but you might not think about it.
Well, when you're a kid, you don't know you're hiding either. You don't know what's going on.
He wasn't a kid when he got caught. I mean,
No, but I'm saying when he grew up, he was hiding it. Yeah.
Right, but at some point, you know you're breaking the law at the very least.
I would hope.
Whether you know.
I would hope.
Well, yeah, you're hiding it. You're hiding the money from it. I mean,
it's more about
let's
the
not
kid.
get into fucking dog fighting.
I know.
Jeez.
Sorry. Anyway, this is what we do on this show.
Michael
Love our
Vick was a
teams.
great athlete.
Great athlete. Anyway, we're talking about moments.
Yeah, what are some
more
other
moments? More moments. I love these little tangents.
Dude.
That's part of what makes this show great. These historic off the rails moments we have.
Yeah.
20 minutes ago it was politics. Now it's fucking.
Right.
What the fuck? How do we even get there? I don't know. But anyway, the thing is.
Another moment.
Another moment.
Okay, we didn't dive deep into the Knicks game. Was it game 2? Knicks game 2 at the Garden against the Sixers.
That was epic.
For a first round playoff game?
That was one of the best first round playoffs I've seen in a long,
I think so.
long time.
But
At least a decade.
The only thing that makes that series probably, well, it still could be top 3 first round series. I don't know though. Yeah. The only thing that would have solidified it was if it went 7 games.
God. And I wanted that so bad. I thought the Knicks were going to win. I know you. I get why you did, and you're right. I'd rather, if I'm a Celtics fan, I was like, no, fucking end in 6. No, I get it. Because in the 7th game, anything can happen. So, I mean, last year, when Boston loses to Miami in Game 7, they come back from a historic 3-0, and Tatum goes down in the first minute. With a sprained ankle, and they never recovered.
That was awful.
That was awful to see.
That would have been.
That was the greatest comeback.
That would have been the greatest comeback.
Next to the Red Sox Yankees, it would have been.
And they both would have been Boston born?
Boston born. I'm beyond spoiled already, but that would have been just icing on the cake, right there.
Dude, and I was rooting similarly to how I was rooting for the Red Sox. That's how hard I was rooting for Boston that series.
That would have
because I hated the Heat.
That would have been Joel could have retired. Joel could have retired.
Do you think that would have changed Joel's life trajectory?
We'd
he actually made that
we'd
call?
have to say he did make it.
We would have to say it.
For it.
Because he never backed off of it.
There's always a silver lining. This is the one time I would have been happy for Joel to be right. Yes. But I'd be like, fuck, now I got to fucking give him that forever. That's like 19-0 with the Pats.
He made the greatest call of all time.
All time. He would have just had a hat printed out to say that greatest call of all time.
I mean, the funny part is, remember when he called the Derek White thing? He said Derek White's going to end this game.
Yeah.
And then and we always were like, yeah, sure, Derek White gets the tip in off the Marcus Smart miss.
He was saying he was going to get the ball.
Right.
And I'm like, he's not going to get the ball.
Well, he didn't say that. He just said Derek White's going to end this.
So that's a half call right there. That's a pretty good one. But he didn't get the ball. It was a rebound of a tip.
Dude, that's one of the best basketball games I've watched.
I got to tell you, that's another thing. They're the greatest game we've ever seen. And what, to me, it's game 4 of the '84 finals. That game had everything. That was the McHale Rambus clothesline. Bird and Kareem go face to fucking face. Fucking fuck you. They're gonna fucking fight, and everybody jumps in. Back when guys would fight, and then Bird hits the game winner on Magic in overtime. On Magic, like that. I mean, that series changed basketball forever. That was the first series that was live. The whole world saw it. Changed the NBA forever.
Dude.
Ever. That's why Charles Barkley says what he says. Bird and Magic are the 2 most important men in NBA history. There wouldn't be an NBA if it wasn't for Bird.
Who was the guy that said to Bird, it's not 1984 or something like that?
Oh, that story that Jamal. This is the thing.
Is it Rodney Rogers?
Rodney Rogers said it, and Jamal Mashburn is the one telling the story. So we didn't think. This is when I realized that these guys are a different breed. The next day in practice, Magic gets the ball, gives Bird the ball. Larry got the ball on the ball, told him where he was going to go. Like 1 dribble left, pull up, bucket. Comes down, spin move right, off the glass, bucket. He goes, Larry Bird got the ball 9 times and scored and called every fucking one of them and walked off and goes, hey, young fella, look a lot like 84. And
I don't think his country.
And this is Larry Bird with a bad back. He was laying down. He's trying. The fucker wasn't even going to play. He comes
year
out.
was it?
It was 92.
Was that the Olympics?
That was the dream team.
Olympics.
That was the dream team. They had Grant Hill, Chris Webber, that team, Montrose,
Dude.
Bobby Hurley, everybody on the team.
I know you've been clowning the U.S., for some of these close games. Have you looked at some of the footage from the 92 Dream Team, the people they were playing against?
Do you know why that happened, Tom? Do you know why it looked like a dunk fest? Because they played fucking defense. You get to half court, there's John Stockton and Michael Jordan waiting for you. And by the way, John Stockton is the all-time leader in steals.
That's crazy.
So before you say, oh, that white, the all-time leader in fucking steals. John Stockton, great defender. Him and Michael Jordan are waiting for you at half court.
John Stockton was one of the most consistent players.
Yeah, you know what's behind them? Have you ever seen David Robinson move? David Robinson is the quickest big man other than Akeem I've ever seen in my life. He's got a first step like a guard. Like he was a lefty too. He's 7'1", built like a fucking Adonis and athletic as hell. That's the guy behind them. You were fucked. You were fucked, and that's why it was a dunk fest. This fucking team.
The bench though.
The bench for the dream team. Clyde Drexler, Scottie Pippen,
Patrick Ewing.
Was
Akeem on
Chris
there?
Mullen.
Was Akeem?
No.
Akeem
was 96. He came on the 96 team with Shaq.
Okay.
Charles Barkley was in the. Give me a fucking. Are you kidding me?
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone. This is the bench.
So no. Karl Malone was a starting power forward, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't. Barkley was.
Really?
Barkley should have been if they had an MVP, Barkley would have won it. Barkley led the team in scoring. And he was at the end of all these fucking dunks. These gorilla dunks. Fucking wipe everybody out.
So Bird played the three?
Bird played the three. It was Magic, Michael, Bird, Barkley, and fucking Robinson. That was the fun. And if I could have taken those 5 at 28, I'd never lose. If they were all 20 years old, I'd never fucking lose again. I'll put that 5 at 28. Anyway you want to throw it. David, are you kidding me? How he won? Every one of them won league MVP.
5 MVPs.
Fuck, David Robinson scored 71 points in a game. No one even talks about this without hitting a 3. on a Hall of Fame big man, I might add.
He won the scoring title from Shaq.
From Shaq, yeah. Fucking dude. All
right, another moment. Another moment.
I
think we have to watch more games together because when we do that,
dude, with the college football playoff,
dude, the Friday nights.
Yeah, Friday's gonna be amazing. And Saturday's gonna be all day.
I know, but like I'm talking about
the show
when we watch it on, like when we record ourselves watching it.
Absolutely, yeah, that'll be amazing.
Because I always think of that Colorado game.
Yeah, no, this will be better because 12 fucking teams are gonna get in this tournament. Ooh. This is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be the greatest thing since March Madness. It really is. So. I can't wait for that this fall. That's a moment to be had later.
What do you think about J.J. McCarthy? That's terrible.
It's football. This is what happens.
That sucks. Gone for the year?
It's football. That's what happens.
They go from J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson to Sam Darnold. So big wind out of your sails moment right there. And then Joel also posted that Addison was carted off today?
He's carted off too. They're fucked. The Minnesota Vikings are going to finish in last place in the fucking NFC North.
That division's gotten tough.
Chicago, Detroit. Detroit should have been in the Super Bowl last year.
Dude, did you? Oh my God, it's a sin that they weren't.
Detroit blew
did you see the throw Caleb Williams made on the run
the
other day?
I did.
Oh my God.
And look at his weapons.
Dude, when I saw it, I didn't believe that.
Gee, I don't know. The Bears line didn't seem too great, but look at that fucking receiving core. Why are they always open? Because they're all fucking studs. That's why. I mean, so yeah, versus the Patriots. Don't get me started. We're not going to ruin our night. Anyway, the thing is, look, the moments that watching games in particular is a lot of fun. Yeah. It is. Even, so another one was a game moment. We watched Boston and Golden State in the finals. We watched one of those games on this.
Did we?
Yeah, we did. We watched, I think it was game 3 that they won. The last game they won.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
And they went back up 2-1, and they proceeded to lose 3 in a row to that team that didn't play any defense, just terrible. They should have 2 titles right now.
Dude, I mean the first game of the finals was a pretty funny moment when I had the shits.
We went live.
No,
it was game 3.
No, that was game 1.
That was game 4 when they got blown out.
No, we watched that one together.
Okay.
And we had fun with. That was one of our first lives, wasn't it?
It was one of them, yeah.
Where
but didn't we watch that game 1 live too?
That was the shits game.
Okay. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were
That's
blowing
when I
out.
had the shits.
Yeah, Tom Kim.
Game 4 was when we watched it again.
They got killed. They didn't show up. Tatum's the only one that showed up in that But yeah, no, they
But it was fun.
it was fun. No, those moments.
And then the Mets-Yankees stream, the first one. The second one was a mess.
No, but the first one was good.
Uh-huh.
Then the Mets bent them over too.
Yeah.
I mean, they did.
The Mets won the other one, too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So I mean, no, we've had the live when we do games. Those are fun. Those are fun. We've only had one that was like, all right, because they blew them out.
Favorite tangent? You probably can't even remember it.
Yours or mine?
No, just in general.
Oh, I don't know. We've had so many.
I mean, typically, whoever's tangent it starts with, we both start talking about
Oh
it.
God, we've had some tangents on this show.
Every show is a tangent.
I know, but that's right. Every show at some point it happens. But
It was funny when we were talking about shitting at work. That was funny. I like the episode with Brian was fun. Where we were arguing about wokeness.
It was. Brian was funny. Brian's funny. Brian's a funny guy. Brian went to Fest tonight. I swear, I didn't know every Wednesday was Polish night for Brian. But he goes to Fest, gets a big fat fucking, Viking-size fucking glass of whatever that thing is in my fucking fridge. What do you call it? Fucking, what does he call it? He loves it. Falcon Smash. Sounds like a Viking, but we're going on a Falcon Smash.
Oh, I outlasted you on the cigar this time.
You did. But I can always reserve the right to light it back up. Well, mine's...
If you want a palate cleanser for episode 2, this is lighter, a little sweeter.
It might be.
Take some of that heat off.
Very possible, because that's a real fucking...
Because I was wanting to put it out a while ago, but I didn't want to hear your mouth. So I was just waiting. I was waiting for you to go down. I'm such a little bitch. Halfway through, I was like, God,
I don't think I would have pouted. If it was halfway gone and you did, I would have pouted.
No, I didn't say you were going to pout.
No.
You would have busted my balls. Last time I did that, you were like, oh, yeah, you New Yorkers, you can't handle it. I was like, fuck you. Give me the fucking thing back.
See, if we were co-presidents, we could go off on tangents in a press conference. They just get up and start leaving. You and I are laughing. We can't even take a question. Or we take one question to be a 40-minute answer because we go off on a tangent.
They'd be like, Mr. Migliaccio, President Migliaccio, what are you going to do about health care? Look, in 1987, Larry Bird hurt his back. And even with a hurt back, you should have saw what he did to Rodney Rogers. I mean, then you think about the Dream Team. Oh, my God.
By
the end of it, you'd be like, I'm sorry, did that answer your question?
There's nobody left. Oh, God.
You had good intentions. You started talking about Larry Bird's bad back.
They had him for about 5 minutes.
But
can you see us them reporting that on CNN? Because I always go to clips from like these conferences, these fucking, whenever they want to discuss.
The best is when Trump is just fucking ranting about nothing, and you're like, this guy's literally burying himself every time he opens his mouth.
Yeah.
Look, it's weird because at one point I felt like, oh my God, this motherfucker is somehow going to win again. That's what it felt like.
It did.
Biden started he turned into grandpa overnight.
Which it wasn't overnight, if we're being honest.
Right.
But still.
They hid him enough that you didn't realize.
But why weren't they saw this?
I know. It was, but here's the thing. Maybe they saw it and maybe they thought, hey, Kamala's got it. Because now that, once Kamala came out as the person, it's like, oh shit, all right. I like it.
Talk about what better way to get under Donald Trump's skin
than being beat by a
female,
biracial,
African American, biracial,
Indian
prosecutor, lawyer.
Well, that's the thing. I was.
It's justice. If we're being honest, the man should be in jail already. If you can't put him behind bars, what's the next?
And here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing that the Trump campaign is still trying to do. They're trying to paint a prosecutor as soft on law.
I know.
How can you say? So you're going
to
tell
me
with
that one, America?
I was watching two people argue online about it, and they were like, "Yeah, I mean, she's not the law and order candidate. You guys promote chaos." And she goes, and the guy was like, "Donald Trump's a law and order candidate?
No.
He fucking incited an insurrection where a cop died, maybe more than one cop died.
6 people died. One of them was, do we know?
And they're like, oh, that cop had a stroke. It was unrelated."
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
And
you're telling me
there's
Donald
a mob
Trump
on
is
the
law
steps
and
of the
order?
Capitol, and that had nothing to do with it.
Insane.
Yeah, because he saw that coming, right?
Oh,
it's never happened before.
She is a prosecutor.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
Yeah, just beyond dumb.
She fits the Republican profile more than he does,
it's
and they're so blind they don't see it.
Wow.
Just because she's a woman,
This is the
and
thing.
she's not a white woman.
If you can't put Donald Trump in prison, what's the next best thing to do? how do you really? Because he can't stand this. He can't stand this. This is the worst nightmare.
Dude, did you see?
Ever.
I can't remember. Did we talk about him at the National Association of Black Journalists?
Yes, we did. And we're like, they're just laughing at him. Like,
yo,
we're right here.
That journalist. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
she did not give him a break.
No.
Which is what you're supposed to do.
Nor should she have. It was great. It was
like, excuse me, Mr. Trump, you didn't answer the question. That wasn't the question.
Yeah.
Go back at
Go
him.
back. Try it again.
Oh, it was lovely.
Try it again. I'm gonna put on the T. See if you can.
He was just like, that was a nasty question.
You're very rude. You're very rude.
That was a nasty question. That was rude. I've never heard a question that rude.
That's not the answer, sir. What's the answer?
I didn't ask you that, sir.
I didn't ask for what you thought of my presentation of the question. Answer the question.
He was like, you must be with ABC. Yeah. That's fake news.
Yeah. Fake news.
What a goddamn asshole.
It's unbelievable. It's like, and I know people that are intelligent, people that are voting for this donkey. And I'm like, what? Again, I'm independent, but it's like, this is a no-brainer. You don't have to sit on either side of the aisle with some common fucking sense. When does common sense kick in here? Yeah. Fucking Christ's sake. It's like, just look at the facts. Look at the facts of both people. You want some, you know what? It's funny you brought this up. You want some fun facts? I just got this one today, by the way. You want me? This is all facts, by the way. This is not from Agenda News.
Is this verified?
This is priceless. All right, ready for this? Donald Trump often, this isn't very long. Donald Trump often portrays himself as a savior of the working class, will protect your job. But a USA Today network analyst found that he has been involved in more than 3,500 lawsuits over the past 3 decades. 3,500. Now, it gets better. And a large number of those involve ordinary Americans like Frailes who say Trump and his companies have refused to pay them. At least 60 lawsuits, along with hundreds of lands, judgments, and other government filings reviewed by USA Today Network, document people who have accused Trump and his businesses of failing to pay them for their work. Among them, a dishwasher in Florida, a glass company in New Jersey, a carpet company, a plumber, painters, 48 waiters.
Didn't something happen with his casino?
This is his own employees. Dozens of bartenders and other hourly workers at his resorts and clubs coast to coast. Real estate brokers who sold his properties. And ironically, several law firms who once represented him in these suits. And now they've filed lawsuits against him.
Because he didn't pay them.
This is a man of the working... Are you fucking... He's fucking them right there. There it is. That's a fact. All that's true.
And then something like that happened with his casinos in what's the place in Jersey?
His resorts and casinos. Yeah, that's one of them. This is the guy. Like, people will read that and go, "That's fake news." Really? Go talk to one of those people and tell me how fake it is. Because it's all documented. You can find out who they are. You really want to find out? See, you don't want to know the fucking truth. You don't want to know the fucking truth. He gives a shit about the fucking unions. He will disband them as fast as he could. He doesn't give a fuck about the unions. Okay? You people don't understand. He loves one thing, and it doesn't matter who he has to step on to get it, and that's money. He doesn't give a shit. And to even hint that he does.
Power.
It's all about power. It's on a power trip. Okay? The man inherited $400 million before he did anything. Give me a fucking break. You know what I could do with $50 million? That would be good. Give me a fucking break. I mean, come on. Stop it. So, anyway, but we don't have too many of those moments. But when we do, I just like to point out the obvious. And I'm not a Democrat. I have no horse in this fucking race. I never have. Okay? But that's one of the candidates. And that feeds into my argument. If this is the best you've got to be kidding me. And because the Republicans can't do any better than a convicted felon?
But the problem is, when that's the candidate, we need everybody we can to vote for the other one.
Oh, that's going to happen. Because everything Kamala Harris has done, she's tapped into this young 20-something crowd that didn't really care. They care now, and they're all coming to the polls. And none of them is voting for Donald Trump. None of them. And there are more of them than there are of you. Okay? So. Way more. So Anyway,
That's our only hope.
it's not a hope. It's already happening. She's already caught him in the fucking polls.
But you never know what those polls.
And by the way, where do they debate? Where do they fucking
you think he's
debate?
really gonna do it?
That's the point. He has no choice. If he doesn't, what does it look like? Even his own fucking constituent people that are backing him would go.
If they debate, should we watch the debate on here, or is that one better to just watch by ourselves?
Well, because I don't want to. We talk about it when things like this, common sense. I'm big on common sense. If this was a Democrat like this, I'd be pointing to, look at this fucking person. Yeah. Okay, like no, it just happens to be this idiot who should be behind bars, who's never answered for a fucking thing.
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes I think about it like this. Like, so I vote for Democratic policy mainly.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? I vote because I want there to be abortion legal. I don't want people to fuck with people's gay rights.
Nope.
I want those kind of things, and typically the Democrats line up with that stuff.
Of course they do.
In terms of policy. Yeah. So I have to say, like, if there was a complete douchebag running on the Democratic side,
who didn't stand for any of that,
I would vote for them. Because the administration is going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Trump talks all his shit, and he's going to do all that shit. He's going to put conservative justices in there. He's going to try to strip people of their rights.
By the way, he wants to be a dictator. He wants to absolve. He wants to be unanswerable to anybody. Yeah. And if he wins, that's what's going to happen.
He doesn't want people to have to vote again.
This will no longer be a democracy. You don't get it. You people that are voting for him, he's going to take away everything.
Fuck that. Yeah. I don't think he can take away everything, but they can chip away.
He can have a serious dent if he gets. You kidding?
To me, the serious
fuck up our constitution.
To me, the serious dent happened when Obama had a chance to appoint a judge because somebody died. I can't remember. I don't know if it was Scalia. I think it was the Italian guy, Scalia.
Yeah, I think it was. Man.
Obama had a chance to appoint a judge. It would have been a Democratic judge replacing a Republican judge. So a liberal judge replacing a conservative judge. And the Republicans stonewalled his appointment. Said, you can't do that. Okay, so then Trump gets elected because, we can't elect Hillary. Nope, not a woman. Nope, not ready for that. Trump comes in and immediately he gets to appoint a conservative judge to replace Scalia. Then, at the end of Trump's presidency, Ruth Bader Ginsburg died.
Oh, yes.
And Trump was able to put another judge in, even though he was 2 months from the end of his presidency. When Obama was a lot longer than 2 months from his presidency, Republicans said, you're not allowed to do that. You only have less than a year left. You can't do that. So we weren't allowed to do it, but y'all were allowed to do it. So now you got 2 up on us. We should be 2 up on you. And now you're doing shit like changing abortion laws. Yeah. When all y'all motherfuckers know, if you were in a bad situation, you'd have an abortion.
If it was your daughter and she got raped.
Not even that.
That's one example.
I know, but it's like, of course if she got raped. But also...
Well, what if you can't do that?
No. But I'm just saying, it's even for like, if you had a son or a daughter, and they get into a situation where, they get pregnant and they're 15 and they don't want to have that kid. Come on. They should have the right to say, yes, this is my body. I don't want to spend the next 9 months growing somebody inside my body. And then people say, well, you shouldn't have sex. Motherfuckers have sex. Kids have sex. Adults have sex.
No, they'll try and stop that too.
Exactly.
Like, where does this cliff? Where does this cliff end? This is like so.
So to me, that was the big dent, and that's why I think it is important to go out there, and that's why I say, even if there was a douche in the Democrat, running for president, I didn't like that person. I know that the administration is going to do what it's going to do. Now, the tough part about Trump is like, he's a douche, and they're actually going to do all the things he's talking about. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, of course, if there was a Democrat saying they were going to, make marriage only between a man and a woman, or we're going to be pro-life now, I wouldn't vote for them then. But if the policy was still the same, that's the way I'm going to lean. You know what I mean? Because those are some of the most important things.
Well,
To me.
Saying, first of all, I don't think a guy would get, or a girl, or a person, whatever, would get on the Democratic ballot if they said
right, and that's what I'm saying.
That wouldn't. I don't think that would happen.
So it would.
This speaks to the, in terms of Republicans, this speaks to the moral code here.
Yeah.
The moral compass here, because a lot of those Republicans have daughters.
But somehow they think
they
they're
don't
the
think
moral
it.
ones.
Yeah, it's like that's
they
bullshit.
think they're the moral ones.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Oh, does your daughter feel that way? I wonder. So the thing is, like, but point is,
and like the
point
trying
is,
to talk about marriage as something only certain people can do is wild to me too.
I'm just saying that there's a whole lot of, this is not a democracy if you. This is not what you think it is.
No, imagine being somebody and you don't have the same rights as another person. That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, sorry, y'all can't get married. No. Nope.
So, my point is that, again,
nuts.
This is the thing. So, and this is him. So
also
it's
that
like
party. It's that party.
Because they're too afraid of him and his mom. Or
yeah, but even without him, they do shit like that. They're not as fucking nuts without him.
They're not nearly as nuts without him.
But still, some of the policies.
They were never
just
this
ugly.
nuts before him. They
I
never
agree.
were.
I agree.
They never were.
It's funny. It's funny. You look back on Bush, and it's like everybody kind of loves Bush now on both sides of the aisle.
He was.
Yes. I'm sure there's some people that don't, but like
he was compared to this fucking
that's
guy.
what I'm saying. Like, my God.
And I wasn't a Bush guy. I'd rather see him standing in this fucking guy in a week.
Yes.
So no, the point is that this guy's the worst of the worst of it.
Did you ever see like John McCain defending Obama while they were in their race?
Hmm?
That's some real shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've ever seen the video. John McCain, while he was still alive, Republican. I think senator, congressperson.
Yeah, he was up.
He was running for president.
He was,
and he's doing a town hall, and he's talking. And I think it's a bunch of white people, but a white woman stands up, and she said, "Oh, that Obama, he's a Muslim. He's a Muslim." And John McCain takes the mic from her.
Yeah.
He goes, "No.
Yeah.
He goes, he's not a Muslim. He's actually a Christian. And I have disagreements about him on policy, but he's a fine person." Like
you'll never hear that come out of Donald Trump.
Oh my God! Could you imagine?
I would have a heart attack if Donald Trump ever
Could
said
you
that about
imagine?
anybody that was on the other side of the aisle.
So instead of just letting people spread lies about your
he's
opponent,
like, no.
he's like, hold on a second.
No.
That's not why I'm running against him.
Yeah.
And first of all, if he was a Muslim, who gives a fuck?
Gives a shit.
He's not, though. Yeah. And that's the crazy part is you're spreading a lie that shouldn't be. It shouldn't be offensive. It shouldn't be anything wrong with being a Muslim. You're spreading it so that people somehow fear it and are racist and go, he shouldn't run for president. Yeah. Ridiculous. And John McCain's going, no, don't do that.
Yeah. See, he stood for something, though.
Right. He stood for something.
And that's the thing. He had some principles. This is the thing. And that's gone now. Yeah. It's all about hate and this and that, anger. And you know something? And Bill Maher, who I watch and Brian likes him, he said on a recent, he's like, I'm just tired. I'm tired of the hate. And he's like, I'm guilty of it too. And I've tried to dial it back. I'm sick of the hate. Why don't we just work together and try and find solutions, stop just hating each other? This is Bill Maher saying this shit. He gets paid for this to make fun. And he comes, I'm sick of it. It's just, look at this country now.
Yeah.
We're not the United States. Now we're the divided states more than ever. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. So people on both sides recognize this. So don't tell me they can't work together. They can.
But it's tough when some of those divisive issues come down to rights. Yeah. I think that's the tough part. Is like, you want to work with the other side, but when the other side wants some of your rights, God, it's hard.
Human rights, no.
And then on the Republican side, they say you want to take our guns. My God, that's a material thing. That's a material thing.
They're not going to take your gun. I've got a lot of friends that are gun owners.
Dude, but even if they took some of your guns, Jesus Christ.
They're not,
let it go.
You don't have none of these people have a blemish on them. They have a record, they have nothing. Like, they're not coming after you. I'm saying.
I mean, unless you have some crazy ass weapons.
If you got some shit going on that they don't know about, or that that's one thing. But no.
Well, look. Let's say a 20-year-old kid buys like you know, I don't know. How many assault rifles are you
This is
allowed
already
to buy?
happening.
But this is what I'm saying. Let's say a 20-year-old kid buys like multiple assault rifles. You think that should be looked into?
Nobody blinks.
I mean,
Like, what the fuck? Then
come
2 weeks
on.
later, there's fucking 20 dead kids.
right? Like,
Because you didn't fucking blink.
like it should
Like, give
come
me a
up.
fucking
It
break.
should come up. Hey, okay. First of all, when you buy one assault rifle, maybe you just pop up.
See,
Like you have to get a special ID for it. I
and
don't know.
Can you imagine the parents? Of
To
the,
me, I don't
of the
think you need
kids
assault rifles at all.
when
but
they find
I'm
out
not
how
trying
the
to take people's
when they
guns.
find out how the person who got the gun and killed their kid. Can you imagine those parents? They're already destroyed. This could have been avoided.
Well, sometimes the kid gets the guns from the parents' stash.
That's the other. But I'm saying a lot of these things are happening the other way, where kids are going in 18, 20, and they're buying these kinds of weapons, and no one's fucking saying or doing a damn thing about it. Like, what the fuck is the guy behind the counter? What the fuck's he doing? Like, where's his head at?
Probably following the weak-ass laws.
Yeah, it's like, come on. That's what they're talking
So
about.
you're telling me if you buy an assault rifle, it shouldn't be okay to like have some sort of medical check?
We have more homegrown terrorists in this country, and by the
Without
way,
a doubt.
the majority of them are white.
But do you think? Oh, yes.
It's not even close.
Well, so
It's like,
so what
what
do you
are
think
you
about this?
talking
Do you
about?
think it's crazy that you should have to have some sort of medical mental health check
Yes.
before owning like a gun like that?
Yes.
You think that's okay?
I think anybody that walks in,
Like
especially
if I want a assault rifle, it might be nice if you did a little medical check. Has this person had any kind of violent episodes? I don't know. Bouts with depression, but maybe that would eliminate like 80% of the population from getting a gun.
I don't know. I'm saying there's a better way to do it,
all depressed.
and we're not even trying to entertain it. That's the problem.
Yeah, you got to try to.
We're not even trying to come up with something.
Yeah, whatever it is.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, so this is, if that, God forbid that happens to my kids.
Oh no.
You think I'm hostile now? Fucking, you will see a side of me. Fucking, no way. But and then what if it's your kid? Then is this going to be okay? No. So this is basic fucking shit that we as humans should fucking be okay with.
But see, that's the tough part. Is like, is on one side we're saying, hey, these are human rights. These are rights we need. We're also looking at something and saying, hey, sure, it's a right to have a gun, but like,
I'm not saying you can't have a gun.
Let's do some logical things to make sure it's safe.
God forbid we try and protect our own people.
So one side is against all those common sense things. It's tough.
It's funny. It's the same people that want stricter border laws to protect their own fucking people, but then they're soft on this shit. It's like, where's the fucking hypocrisy end here?
Right. It's like, why do you want to fix one problem and not another problem that are potentially similar things? Like,
I don't get it.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
I gotta pee.
So anyway, that's the he got through two segments or two parts of segment one. Over an hour. Well, both of it. Yeah, it's a good thing we broke it up. While he's taking a piss, we'll take a break. Come back. Segment 2. Wow. And how do we get from this tangent, America? Again, if the Republican's a better candidate, I'll vote Republican. If the Republican actually stands for something that actually benefits people, not just the 3%, I'm all for it. Okay. And okay, give me that Republican. I'll vote for it for he, she, they, whatever, the person. But not this. No. And I'm not saying this side's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But this is basic shit. If you can't get the basic shit right, you should not be running this country. I'm sorry. I don't care what side of the aisle you sit on. So we're going to end it on that. We'll come back, segment 2. We're going to talk sports. Sports. Patriots trade Judon. Yay, nay, good, bad, ugly, everything in between. Segment 2 coming right up.